cure for fools. I'm absolutely livid. Draven out.
My list just got longer.
You can't cage me for long.
Hello, AQ. This is William Dinot. Sorry for the delay. We were having some technical difficulties, but I do believe we have resolved them. I will have the Twitch chat open on my phone. Can I get some Go AQ in the chat? If you can hear me, that would be great. Thank you very much. I want to make sure we got the stream correctly set up. We don't want any issues here. We want to make sure you guys can hear everything. I do believe we have in-game audio. Just making sure here that you guys can hear me. We do have AQ on blue side, and we have Tiffin. Yep, I muted the music. It'll just be the in-game noises as well as my voice. We do have AQ on blue, and then we have Tiffin on red side here. We have It's John playing this game. Hello, Dr. McCutcheon. In-game is quiet. Tommy, if you could, the game is on screen 1. If you just want to adjust the max volume there, you can increase that just by a little bit. That would be very helpful. But like I said, we had a little bit of technical difficulty starting on, but we do have a very bloody early game. 9 kills by 10 minutes here. John is currently top lane. We do have Jay Freeze in here for support. And we do have the Kled, Olaf, Akali, Ezreal, and Morgana. You'll just go to sound, and then you can increase it by the master volume by about 10%, we'll say, maybe 15. Should be good. I do hear it now on my end as well. Just making sure that we are all set up. Again, apologies everybody. We're just trying to get things set up. We have a little understaffed today. We have our Overwatch team over at Western. It's very cool that they're able to do that. And so we're kind of just making sure we get things set up with the little underwhelming, or not underwhelming. I don't mean to say that. Just the lack of people right now. But we're making sure we get things done and making sure that we can bring to you guys our complete esports program here. We do have a Zed moving in on Akali here. Sejuani following up in mid lane. We do have a little bit of increase here in the volume. Again, thank you very much, Tommy, Tybro Gale. He is the substitute top laner as well as one of my fellow casters here. Very great that he's able to get out there and help me right now with all this. Like I said, it is a early game right now of kills. It is 5 for 5, and we have a 1K gold lead on the side of Aquinas. Currently, when it comes to CS differences, we have the Klepto Ezreal in the bot lane facing Xayah. That is about 30 CS in between them, now 40. And Kleptomancy is a rune that you can take. You can take it on any champion. After a character uses an ability, they have their next 2 auto attacks can gain additional gold when they hit a champion. Ezreal is a caster-based marksman. He can throw his abilities, which are very usually low-cost mana, and they have low CDs, and then follow up with an auto attack right afterwards. So that would be for him hitting his Q button and then right-clicking the enemy champion, and he immediately gets gold from the Q landing because it counts as a basic attack as well as a spell, and then the auto attack to follow up to give him additional gold. So right now, over the Xayah with his 2 kills and about 40 CS lead, he is very far ahead of Xayah in gold lead. We did just see an unsuccessful gank there from Tiffin with the Sejuani Riven. Sejuani, if I remember correctly, did receive some buffs this patch, making her a little bit stronger clear. Sejuani's passive can be procced by ally melee champions. Her passive is when 4 melee auto attacks hit a champion. She has a stack of freeze, and she can use her E ability, her, I believe, permafrost, and that will stun the enemy champion for a short time. I believe it's 1.5 seconds. I could be wrong. I believe it might just be 1 second. And then the next attack that Sejuani uses on that character will do max health damage towards them. So it's a very good ability. When it comes to having melee laners, Sejuani can both proc it with Zed and Riven in these lanes. Zed does have 3 kills right now. Kind of destructive. If Zed gets very far ahead, he can in fact outplay a 1v5 team fight. We do have Riven. She did use the teleport here. Rakan moving in, using the flash to escape the Morgana Dark Binding. Kali trying her best to weave through in and out. We have healing here. It's John followed up though with the ultimate. We do have Zed having to get away. His flash is coming up, but he will not be needing it. Just clearing out, Sejuani before dying did pick up the Rift Herald buff, so they will be able to use that when they apply map pressure elsewhere. But we do have bot lane here pushing up to tier 2. They got the first blood. We now have a 4k gold lead on the side of Aquinas. It is still 6-5, but they do have 2 Drakes. The brown little indicator up there on the left of the time, that is the Mountain Drake, which increases your damage to neutral objectives and turrets, converting your damage into true damage. But we do have a fight here real quick. We do have the Akali coming from base. Zed is ulting using the Death Mark onto Olaf. We do have J-Freeze Morgana flashing away from the team fight, doing her best to get away from that. That is 2 kills picked up for the side of Tiffin, only 1 picked up for Aquinas. A small skirmish here in the top side of the map. John is down by 5 CS and has died twice now, with this Riven having a kill. Riven does pop the ultimate though, trying to get Kled dismounted, throwing the ultimate, the wind slash there. John doing his best to try to mitigate the damage here. Does get Scarl back though, and that is going to be a solo kill from John onto Riven. Very good pickup there, very great map pressure. Continuing now, gold lead is decreased to about 3k. That is all right though on the side of Aquinas. They still have the tempo of the map. They now have the bounties on Akali and the Morgana. 2 kills on the bottom half of the map for Aquinas, whereas Tiffin has their kills currently bundled into the Zed mid lane. Again, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Zed can be a destructive force when it comes to team fights with his shadows. You can see right there that red shadow that is not moving in the middle of the screen there. That is Zed's W. He can throw that W out and it will mimic his abilities. And he can press the W key once again and he can swap places with that shadow. Along with his ultimate, when he ults a target, he will go invisible, or he will go outside of the game sense, and then he will teleport behind that character and it will drop a shadow there. So he can have 2 shadows up and he can teleport between the 2. He can only do it once per shadow. So if he throws his W, he can only hit W once. And if he throws his ultimate, he can only hit his ultimate 1 more time to swap places with them. But we do have Rakan going in with the quickness here. Ezreal does get caught out. He is going to fall. That is the Zed throwing the Death Mark onto Morgana. The damage coming through, though, it will not be enough. But the Morgana Dark Binding does keep Zed under turret and does finish him off. And we have Akali here taking out... Actually, Morgana picking up the 2nd kill there on the Zion. We have another skirmish here in top lane. John trying to get away from this Riven as she has her ultimate procced. The Broken Blade complete. The Wind Slash will be coming out here shortly. It will come out procced. We do have the Bear Trap on a rope. John fighting as best he can on the top side. Another skirmish though under mid-tier 1 turret. Akali doing her best to destroy this Rakan's health bar. But we do have Scarl coming back for John. He's going to try to do his best to go for a dive. And he does pick up the kill. That is the Ezreal ultimate that actually came through and sniped the Riven there. We now have 3 kills on this Ezreal. He is scaling very well. And we do see in chat, Keelan is pinging the Ocean Drake. We'll have to see if they can set this up. It should be a clean pickup for them. Their team fight right now is rather disgusting. Kled able to 1v1 this Riven. Very good. It is just me casting for today, though. We do have Tommy Tybro. Gale is taking his time viewing the voice comms with the team and speaking with Coach Pope, getting prepared for this best of 3 series that we have for this afternoon. This is game 1. Again, if you're just joining us, this is Aquinas versus Tiffin. And we have Aquinas here, 5 members all roamed down to the bot side here, setting up for this Ocean Drake. A second pickup here would be very good. Allows Ezreal and Morgana to throw abilities without really caring for mana cost. The Ocean Drake gives out of combat mana and health regeneration, I believe, per 5 seconds. So this would allow Aquinas to use their members, such as the Ezreal and Morgana, to kind of throw abilities and poke out Tiffin away from any objectives like this turret, so they don't really have to worry about the mana cost. Unfortunately, though, if you look at it, that Pulse Fire Ezreal, the abilities that he throws for our spectator cam is a little malfunctioning. We can't see the abilities here, but I will do my best to make sure to call out if we do ever see the channel from the Ezreal ultimate into a team fight. But if you do see a bunch of health bars go down very quickly, it'll most likely be coming from that Ezreal. Going back now, 5K gold lead now at a 20-minute mark. The game going by rather quickly, it seems. At 10 minutes it was 10 kills, and now it is almost 20 minutes with 19 kills. We're keeping up the pace here with a kill per minute, a rather bloody game, and we'll have to see how Aquinas wants to look to close this game out. They do have a earlier team fight. Team level 1 is very disgusting when it comes to Olaf and the Morgana. And right now, we're currently reaching the mid-game points. Ezreal does have 2-item power spike here with the Iceborne Gauntlet. Zed is going in, though, with the Death Mark. Ezreal did get the ultimate from Zed's Death Mark, as well as is ignited, but he is not going to go down from that. Akali moving in, though, onto the Rakan. He had to use the W there to knock up and try to see if he could bait Akali away into the Sejuani Xayah. Keelan playing a very safe and proactive Akali here. He is moving up onto this Riven. Riven looking to fight, maybe get a little bit of poke on there, and Keelan is looking to poise to be safe. He did pick up the Zanya's first item, as opposed to the Hex Tech Gunblade. It is the Gunblade. We do have a skirmish here, though. Olaf does have Ragnarok. He is unable. He is unstoppable. He cannot be CC'd, and that is going to be 2 kills picked up. The Soul Shackles picking on the Riven there for the stun lock. Very good 2-kill pickup there for Aquinas. The Bomby Cinder did proc Baron there to Blue Jays Olaf to get a little damage from Baron, but he is fine. Olaf is a very healthy jungler. His W increases his attack speed and grants him lifesteal. Lifesteal, what lifesteal does is based on a percentage of the damage that you deal physically with auto attacks, you will get a return to your health bar from that. So if you're dealing 100 damage and you have like 5% crit, you'll gain 5 health for auto. Doesn't seem like that much, but considering this game, you can gain a lot of health just from those small skirmishes, as well as having jungle items. When it comes to jungle camps, he can gain health from the passives on the items. Hunter's Talisman, which if you ever see in the jungler's inventories, is the orange-looking one with the kind of brown circlet. That will heal and do spell damage when you use an ability on a jungle camp, and the Hunter's Machete will return health when you deal damage with auto-attacking on jungle camps. So Olaf, like you can see here now, he was just mid lane with maybe about 400, 500 health, and he is now ready to fight in this bot lane with almost a full health bar and a full black cleaver. Almost has the full upgrade for the jungle item, which increases your maximum health based on one of its unique passives. We do have the Sejuani, though, going in on Ezreal here. He is getting picked on by 3 of the members of Tiffin. Ezreal is staying safe, though, and we have 2 kills picked up for AQ right now. It's John Kled here for the fight. That is a very clean 2 kills. Ezreal's a very safe ADC. He has Arcane Shift for his E ability, which Arcane Shift allows him to teleport essentially within a certain radius around him. It's not too far away, but it's about the same size as a flash. Allows him to get away from any assassins or things like Rakan. Very safe ADC pick along with the Morgana because she has the black shield, which allows Ezreal to be immune to CC. Very early mid-game was a little messy, and now as we're getting later this game, Aquinas is showing their team fight prowess there. They did not lose any members. They picked up 2 kills, and we do have another Drake coming up. It is Infernal in 20 seconds, which will only amplify the damage output from Aquinas. Infernal Drake, one of the best Drakes considered, does give flat percentage increase into your attack damage as well as ability power. So for things like Keelan's Akali here with the Hextech Gunblade and Zanya's, that gives AD on the Gunblade and AP as well, and AP on the Zanya's, and those items are now going to be amplified with this Infernal Drake, allowing them to deal more damage and finish out and collect some of these kills that they aren't picking up. Like that earlier fight when they only got 2, that possibly the damage amplification could allow them to push a little harder in the next rotation here. We did see Ezreal ult there. He did channel the animation. This is Pulsefire Ezreal, a skin that has been criticized for having animation issues with his abilities. But besides that, a well-looking skin, but he did channel the ultimate. You can see it is on cooldown right now. The way Ezreal's abilities work, his Q, when he shoots a target, be it a minion or champion, it will reduce his cooldowns by 1 second. Very good for him as he is a caster, more ADC-like champion. He does have the Iceborne Gauntlet along with the Mirror Mana there, giving him, I believe, the 40% CDR. He should have Sorcery, one of the other rune choices that allows for 10% CDR at level 10. And right now they're currently sitting in this bush trying to wait. They did not land the Dark Binding onto the Rakan, but they are getting pressure around this Baron and setting up. Rakan looking to back here. And John, it's Kled pushing top, and I messed that name up. It's John on the Kled, if I do correct myself there, is split pushing bot lane on his own, being very safe there. He is able to 1v1 this Riven. If Zed is down there, they are losing a large part of their team. Zed is 4-1 still, and AQ is actually starting up this Baron as they have pressure everywhere else on the map. We'll have to see. They do drop a ward here. They do see that AQ is doing this. The Dark Binding does land along with the pool. That is an instantly blown up Rakan, followed by the Ignite from Jay Freeze, Jenna on the Morgana, and then the Q coming out from Ezreal. We do have the Sejuani here getting poked out, and Keelan just messing up the backline here, destroying the jungler, destroying the ADC for Tiffin, and that is a Baron picked up here. Not only was it a free Baron, but that was 4 kills picked up for AQ. Riven currently trying her best to fight. It's John on the Kled. A masterclass performance from John, though, on the Kled. He's just going to say, Riven, if you don't want to fight, I will just push your lane down. And here AQ, 4 members strong with Baron buff pushing. They are looking to get inhibitors on the map. We do have another Ocean Drake dropping here in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, but by the look of this game right now, we may not see that mark hit. John is bot lane here pushing on his own as the 4 members of Tiffin, soon to be 5, are responding to the recent push of 4 members mid lane. We do see the ongoing ping top side coming out from AQ, and we will see a split map, most likely 4-1. We'll have 4 members of AQ top lane with John split pushing top, or split pushing bot. He will be sitting there. He does have his ultimate as well as teleport, so if there is a fight then he can respond to or get a flank on, he will be looking for that. AQ is very strong with their 4 members. As you can see, 326 Olaf with bounty, 504 Akali with bounty, 636 Ezreal with bounty, 4112 bounty for Jay Freeze. Very good looking game right now for AQ. Early on, we saw them being a little shaky when it came to mid to late games, but we do see the progression here of them closing out these games. And this is looking like a clean game coming from AQ here. We are currently 27 minutes in game. If we look at gold values, it is currently up 12k in favor of Aquinas. Very, very good gold lead at a 27-minute mark. This shows that they are very dominant right now in this game. They are doing an Akali now in the mid lane, a 3-1-1. Just putting the pressure there, getting Baron minions there to try and do their best to poke out and put pressure mid lane to drag others away from top and bot side of the map. We do see small skirmishes there on the top side, and it's looking like AQ is going to take down this bot lane turret and go for the inhibitor. We do have 5 members of Tiffin responding. 2 hard members to catch, though, are Kled and Akali, and they're going to have to back away from that fight. And that is a free topside, as Tiffin was trying to respond to that. Oh, and by free, I mean free for Aquinas. They pick up the Rakan kill. Kled and Akali are just disrupting the entire Tiffin lineup here in the bot side. and this is going to be a clean pickup of a series of kills for AQ. Keelan does get launched under Fountain. He's going to drop for it, but he does pick up the kill there. And we have 3 members left of AQ who are going to end the first game. A great victory for Aquinas College, a 14K gold lead. That was very fantastic performance from AQ. We'll have to see what comes out in Game 2. I do believe we have a substitution, and it should be a fun match. I will be back. We will put some music on, and we will return shortly. Thank you very much, everybody. All right. Hello, everybody. Oh, that might be a problem. I'll be right back. And I'll make sure we can hear. So if you want to start talking, go ahead.
You can't cage me for long.
Now I'm angry.
You're scared. Good to know.
All right, we are live. Jenna, can you hear me?
Hold on. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can definitely hear you, Jenna. We are currently joined by Jenna J. Freeze from last game. She was playing the Morgana, currently enjoying her break with a banana.
Yes. Always have to stack up on that energy right after a good game.
How did that game go? How did it feel for you? How was comms?
It was really good. I think that we communicated a lot that game too. One sec, I have banana in my mouth.
It's all good.
But yeah, it was just super fun, and all together, I think that we did a good job just communicating and calling out, especially where Zed was early game. We did get blindsided earlier in, I think, around level 2 with Zed coming in, but it was really fun overall, just with Ezreal ult across map, top lane. So much fun. Just seeing all of the talent that we have on our team is just great, and learning about these guys is even better.
It was very fun early game to watch. It was 10 kills by 10 minutes, 20 kills by 20 minutes, and then it just came down to Aquinas stomping with the end, I believe, a 14k gold lead.
Oh, yeah.
You guys took 4 Drakes that game.
Yeah, that was pretty great, especially early. I think Olaf actually soloed the Cloud Drake, so that was really nice.
We do have Dr. McCutcheon in chat screaming out, Jenna!
Ah, Dr. McCutcheon!
We do have a note for you, Dr. McCutcheon, from your son, Keelan. He says, I love you. Very, very sweet. I made sure to ask him when we were talking in between games. I said, your dad's in chat supporting. And he said, make sure you tell my dad I love him. Very sweet guy.
Yeah, I second that.
Do have the 3-minute buffer, of course, in between these games. Unfortunate, but it gives us a little bit more time to talk. Jenna, this is your first time appearing on stream, vocally rather than in game. I just want to ask, it's been a little while since we have had our boot camp week when we had our break. I just want to know what the team's been like since you've joined. You are one of the 2 females within the esports lab, surrounded by a bunch of guys and probably a lot of testosterone when compared. But what's it like being in the lab?
Honestly, I love it. I just feel like kind of like a mom to all of them. Always being like, hey guys, like we need to focus, we need to do this, we need to do that, and kind of just guiding everybody into what we're supposed to be doing. But boot camp, that was a lot of fun. We were just grinding out games, like games after games, and then that was when I really picked up Thresh. So I started playing Thresh a lot with all of them, and in my match history there's like 20 games of Thresh, and it was just so much fun learning about them and like kind of building our relationships, especially in game. It's just super important to communicate and be as one instead of all of us just individually doing what we do like solo queue. So it was super fun to just get to know everybody and just grind out a bunch of games over that week. It was great all together.
Thank you very much, Dr. McCutcheon. We love you back. It was great when we had you. Hope we see you again very soon. It was always a blast whenever you came walking in through that door. Everyone came in with smiles after you would make an appearance.
Yep, always a good time with Dr. McCutcheon. Come back soon, please.
We miss our big bearded friend.
Yep.
The friendly giant.
Should have gone out to Tim Hortons for ya.
But going into this game, we have Aquinas now on red side or the right side here, and Tiffin University on the left or blue side here. We do have AQ picking up the Zyrakan and taking the bot lane away that Tiffin played last match. And Tiffin now picking up the Ezreal in trade of Morgana, though, as it was banned. They picked up the Nautilus with it. So AQ here stealing the pickup of Zyrakan. I'm excited to see this. Last time we saw Fate play this, he did solo kill in bot lane, so he got a double on his own as Zaya, which was very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, I love it. They're both so aggressive, and with Zyrakan, they're really good early, so it's really nice to see them pop off just early game and then carry throughout.
And we do have a fascinating pick here in the mid lane. Keelan is playing Fizz. Round 2 into the Zed. I am excited to see where Keelan shines through with this Fizz. He has always showcased excellent skill when it comes to these assassin-type champions, and I'm just really curious to see where he's going to be able to shine through. If I remember correctly, Fizz does handle against Zed very well, and we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I agree with that. And too, Akali was banned out along with Yasuo, so I haven't seen Keelan play Fizz or be on Fizz yet, so it'll be really cool to see what he can do against this Zed.
I will be right back, though. We're going to fix our cast review so we can see the game as well as you guys see it right now, but we're going to do some quality checks, and it will just be Jenna in the room for a second here, so you guys will have to do your best to entertain her and her to you guys, but I will be right back.
Kiss me, honey.
Okay, we got it. Looks like they did their signature 5-point that Coach always tells us about. Little trouble there, Will, huh?
Yeah, a little technical difficulties here. We do have foam pads to help reduce echo noise. And, well, my hoodie is
There we go.
a little baggy today, so I'm getting caught. But we are all set now. We finally have game live for us, and we are getting into this. We do have Tommy subbing in top lane. He's playing his Urgot once again. We'll have to see how this matchup goes. Mordekaiser is kind of scary to face in the top lane. We have an early aggression here coming from the bot lane here. The knock going through. Ezreal is going to drop the Ignite Pop from John. The flash from Zaya to secure that early pick.
Level 1, too.
Mm-hmm.
They were not messing around. They went straight for it.
They did not wait for the level 2 with Zaya's Blade Caller. They knew that they had the damage to destroy the Ezreal very quickly with the enhanced auto attack speed and the enhanced auto attacks for Rakan from Zaya's W. Very good early game pick up kill. I love to see the aggression coming out from John and Trevor in this game. We do have Happy Little Rabbit Fizz.
One of my favorite skins, I think.
The ultimate, though, when he does instead of have a shark as a giant ravenous bunny, is a little frightening to see come out of the ground.
It can be.
Looking on the side of AQ, this is a Predator Gragas, meaning he's going AP. He will not be going the tank aftershock build. We will see Jay having some aggression against this Xin Zhao, who does have Halo Blades. Gragas most likely will not be looking to trade, but more so looking to gank on opposite ends of the map and hope his laners are safe. Keelan able to pull out the Shadow from Zed. Keeping even CS, he does have a Corrupting Potion right now. And Xin Zhao is currently showing in the top river here. There are no wards from Aquinas to spot him out, but they do have one by Chickens in case he tries to go in deeper. We do have both junglers, though, currently on the top side of the map. Tybro is getting poked down a little bit in this fight against the Mordekaiser, brought to half health. Does have the Doran's Blade opposed to the Corrupting Potion, and that barrel is going to spot out Xin Zhao there. They know to back up and play safe. in this game, Jenna, I'm saying that they're probably going to want to look more so to play around bot side.
Yep, I would strongly agree with that point. Especially because Israel blue flash so early, Gragas has a chance to possibly gank that lane, help them get ahead even more.
Even though Ezreal still has the arcane shift, he can still kind of get the belly bop bounce even after landing the E himself away from Gragas to disrupt long enough for the Rakan to get in there.
John's very aggressive here.
He likes to walk up. He could possibly be dredge lined from the Nautilus into turret range, but I don't think John here is scared of the capabilities of this Tiffin bot lane. So for you, Jenna, as you've been playing with the team, it's been a couple weeks now, good solid, I'd say probably 2 months of games now. Just when it comes to practicing on Wednesdays and having our best ones on Thursdays and now our Saturdays having best of threes, what are the games like from your perspective?
Well, I am a troop sport athlete, so I am very busy a lot of the time. But when I do get a chance to play with the guys, it's just a lot of fun. We do
have a 4-group bot lane here, but that is going to be AQ backing out safely. And Jenna did say she is a 2-sport athlete, the other being softball.
Yes, that is correct. So I love working with people and working on a team. And esports is a little different just because you're on comms and you can't physically see what they're doing. But with being like that, it's really nice to communicate with everybody and be on the same page. And I think that's one of the biggest parts with team fighting and all of that stuff that comes with esports. But in the last month, I just feel like I've grown so much from when I once was to now. The game is basically completely changed.
Dr. McCutcheon out here, though, does want his Tim Hortons.
I see.
If given the chance, we may be able to negotiate that.
Ooh.
Tommy does miss the E, though. It's John here, the Rakan.
And Gragas following up.
Yep, we have 3 members of the AQ lineup here walking
Doesn't look
tall.
like, yeah.
But Mordekaiser does have ultimate. If he does take care of one member, he will be able to 1v2 after that, getting the strength of the other member that he does take into the Dark Realm. Kind of a slower paced early game now compared to last time.
Yeah, definitely.
We do have interesting team comps here. Both sides don't really have any siege or wave clear.
Oh.
Keelan does, though, get hooked by the dredge line. The ultimate is dropping onto It's John. And he's going through, trying to do his best to protect Keelan. We're in his way. Keelan does drop the Ignite.
Oh, there's a flash from Xin Zhao.
Xin Zhao does use both movement abilities to get onto Rakan, but that is not going to net them any gain from that 3-person gank there. Keelan looked like he was in a sticky situation and handled it very well.
Yes, he did. And got Xin Zhao's flash out of it, so.
That was a 2-traded flash, or actually,
So
both Zed and Xin Zhao did flash,
yes,
so
but
it was 2 for 2.
And
that was
Fizz
a
also
pickup kill
flashed.
for Jay. The slow but turned into Predator Fat Man running through with the belly bop slam down. Do not mess with Jay's Gragas. Does showcase the excellent skill there, and Zed could not get away to throw the shadow to save his own life. Very entertaining there to see that game. We do have Xayah, though. She was the one that got hit by the dredge line, dropping the ultimate down. Does have Blade Caller, and does pick up the kill onto Xin Zhao, doing his best to protect the Rakan. That is a flash E coming out from Jay, and we are seeing a solo here by the looks of it from Mordekaiser onto Tybro's Urgot. Unfortunate, but that is a 2-kill bot lane increase, and now a Drake Prio over the top lane solo death. Urgot here does need to just play safe and let the bot lane scale. And seeing Trevor able to destroy this level 4 Xin Zhao. Very unfortunate if you're on the side of Tiffin. One of the champs, 2 champs that it's very scary to see Trevor play. Trevor likes to play
Xayah and Draven.
Xayah, Draven, and I would actually argue Kaisa would be
yeah, Kaisa can be pretty dangerous too.
Trevor likes to play very aggressive, and it's very fun to watch him when he does walk up. He kind of has the 50-50 of, do I kill everyone or do I get myself killed?
Yeah,
But
he's going down at least with one kill. He's not going down with anything less than that.
He has the solo queue Yasuo mentality, if you will. If I go in, I'm bringing one with me. But watching Trevor play, like if you watched our MSU match, Trevor absolutely dominated on the Kaisa, earning him a Saint of the Week award too. Absolutely stunning performance. But we are, again, a very slow-paced game. 1 to 4 for kills, and then the Mountain Drake coming out for Aquinas. Last time we were at this point in the game, it was 5 kills Aquinas, 4 kills for Tiffin, and we have the gank coming up from Xin Zhao. Tybro did walk up a little too far. Fair. A little too far there and was ganked by the Xin Zhao. They're looking to play on the top side now if you are Tiffin, to play on the weaker side here of AQ and gain some advantages. Mordekaiser, if he gets ahead, is very threatening. And as of right now, Aquinas looking to be safe bot side and gain any advantage they can with Xayah, Rakan, and try to get this Fizz rolling. We are seeing the 2v2 possibly up here in this top lane. They want to be very careful as Gragas does have the ultimate and does bounce the Mordekaiser back, but Mordekaiser still has Death Realm. He will drag one of them in with him, and we do have the camera, but
Urgot's suppressed.
The shield does not matter.
Keelan's going in for it.
Urgot ultimate does not care for the shield, and that is a clean pickup on the side of AQ, giving Tybro the kill, and we have the quickness coming through for Rakan, landing on both of the ADC and support of Tiffin. They are not going to be able to pick up the kill here. Drizzleline did come out there from Nautilus onto Rakan, but they poked out the Ezreal. We gained 2 kills on the side of Aquinas top side. 1 going to Gragas, 1 going to Urgot. And we are now seeing Aquinas pick up the weak slack that is on the map and showcase that as a 5-man roster, you cannot beat AQ.
It does look like Jay is going for the Herald.
We do see that Tybro did just use his flash, though, to get away from the Mordekaiser. He was pushed up a little far once again under turret, but he is not giving away that kill. And we now have Urgot and Gragas doing the Rift Trail topside, and they did just take it down. This is a kind of clean and at the same time messy game.
It's very different.
It looks very disorganized, but when you look at the stat lines itself, it looks a lot cleaner. Keelan did have to bounce away from the Xin Zhao. Zed did use Ignite there. So that is a utility baited out. Keelan does have his Ignite and Flash back up, and he's ahead in CS currently. He does have the Seeker's Arm Guard going into the Zanyas right away to stay protected against the heavy AD lineup of Xin Zhao, Zed, and Ezreal. We'll have to see how his build progresses. Most likely we'll be going for probably Lichbane next, I would have to say. But besides that, going back to my point earlier, stat line wise, the game looks a lot cleaner than what we've seen. The fights look messy, they kind of look dirty, and they look a little unprepared. But when it comes to the stat line itself, 2-6, 2K gold lead for AQ, and the CS right now is actually handling itself pretty well.
I'd have to agree with that.
We do have the Protobelt, though, early on, a 2,500 gold item for Mordekaiser, health and AP, along with the active. Very, very good abusive item, which is very unfortunate for Tommy here, who's still trying to pick up the Black Cleaver, which is a much more expensive item. I believe the Black Cleaver is $28.50. It could be $29.50.
I don't know.
It is $12.50 for Phage, $800 for the Kindle Gem. That puts that 2.5k, and I think it might be a 9.5. So it might be a 3,000 gold item there for the Black Cleaver. But besides that, Xayah does have the Essence Reaver right now, and Tommy is getting pulled by the Mordekaiser then topside. He is abused, and he's been put down to half health. Kind of surprised that Tommy went with the Doran's Blade, kind of a more aggressive start, rather than being more safe with the Corrupting Potion. He does have Conqueror. I know with Conqueror you can take the Time Warp Tonic as well as Biscuits. Something I would have recommended for that, just to stay sustained up and not lose out on CS. He is down by 35 right now at 13 minutes. That is a Rift Trail. They'll drop bot side, though. We have 3 versus 3 in this lane. Tommy is getting solo killed by the Mordekaiser. We'll have to see. Bot lane is going to get first turret, though. Bot lane. Zed doing his best to poke out the Corrupting Potion Zanya's Fizz here, and that is going to be a turret falling to Mordekaiser, barely
that was a close
living.
one, very close.
If you look at the top there, left of Mordekaiser's health bar, it is barely green. That was a very risky call there for Mordekaiser, but it did pay off in the end for him, and they are now putting pressure on Drake. We do have both mid laners coming from AQ and Tiffin moving down here in the lane, and they pulled Drake out just a little bit to try to get it away from any ward vision. And they're going to go catch out this Xin Zhao.
Nice.
That is a free pickup, and that'll lead into a free second Earth Drake, allowing them to do true damage converted from their actual damage, so ignoring resistances of turrets such as armor and magic resist to turrets, and as well as jungle objectives.
Ooh, that was a close Ezreal ult.
The Ezreal ultimate looks very scary. Jay on calm seating, no pressure. Got it. That did look scary. I definitely felt the anxiety of a jungler myself, of just going, no smite, no please.
Jay's pretty good about telling us too if he has smite or if he doesn't have smite. Can get pretty risky. A lot of fun though.
Very fun indeed here. We are at the 15-minute mark. AQ is up by 3k gold. It is one turret to one turret, two Mountain Drakes. I was going to say Ocean and then Infernal,
and we
but
did have Herald.
it is two Mountain Drakes on the side of AQ. The next one coming up is going to be an Ocean Drake. Very close to similar dragons as to last game. AQ, though, would be looking for more aggressive styled Drakes like the Infernal. Yeah, with their team comp, we were talking with Coach Pup earlier, and we talked about it once we started drafting this, that our wave clear isn't going to be too much, but when it comes to hard engage, we can go through with that. So I would have liked to have seen, in the perfect world, of course, we would have wanted to see most likely Air Drakes and Infernal Drakes, that for rotation and damage. Keelan does sidestep the pull there from Mordekaiser, and is going to walk away. A lot of damage coming out from Mord already, and he's picking up the Nashor's Tooth by the looks of his items right now. Going for the attack speed. Mordekaiser's an interesting bruiser of choice. We're going to want to see Fate's Call here pick up the Quicksilver Sash, a 1300 gold magic resist item that when activated removes any debuffs or CC, and the Mordekaiser ultimate will drag you and that person into an arena of your own, to the Shadow Realm. It will drag you and that person into a region of your own to fight.
Nice
and
job.
that QSS will pull you out of there, so that's something that we're going to want to see Fate picking up here shortly. But that is a good pickup kill. They have the appropriate vision here on the side of AQ to make plays like that. With Xin Zhao, who was disrespecting the amount of pressure that they actually had on the side of AQ. 3 kills picked up for Gragas so far. That's kind of impressive right now for Jay. 303, 203 Rakan here. Does have the Oblivion Orb, which gives magic penetration. So right now, Jay is looking like a heavy AP damage dealer for the side of AQ. Gragas does have good sustain. His W does have a damage reduction stat as well as his passive. Every 9 seconds, I believe, when he uses an ability, he regens part of his maximum health. For us in the streaming room right now, we do hear what sounds to be like the marching band of AQ. I forget the sporting event that's happening.
Volleyball, I want to say, yes.
They were doing a cookout outside in the cold, cold Michigan fall weather, which surprised me. Felt like it was 20 degrees outside and they were cooking hot dogs. Very early though.
Oh man.
Got here about 10 o'clock and they were already making them. And I was like, well.
Coach shows up with the hot dogs, some brownies, walks in. Hey guys, you ready?
Pope walked in with a hot dog and a brownie and just like, all right.
Yep.
Although unfortunately he didn't get to eat it until about 11:30, so he had a cold hot dog waiting for him. Speaking of Pope, what's it been like working with Pope?
He's awesome. He's super understanding and just somebody that you can talk to really about anything. So if it's school, life, league, whatever it may be, he's super understanding in it. He has been super helpful, just giving advice and what to do. And I really like that about him.
Yeah. For me, Pope isn't exactly like what you would say a peer would be. He's
Yeah.
kind of got that authority for you, but he's still a young guy.
He's also a friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's a friend. He's a little older than all of us, and he has that wisdom about him, but he still connects with our age group right now, and is able to kind of understand what standpoints that we have as a group of people and as friends.
Yeah, I really like it from his perspective too. It's really nice.
I'm very happy that we do have Pope around. He's a very good guy, and whenever I talk to him, he always says, just make sure you stick around. Just stick around and see what the team can become.
He always has something positive to say, something positive to bring.
And he's always unique when it comes to his training strategies.
Yep.
One of my favorite ones was when he had 3 of the 5 members cover
Post-it
up.
notes.
Yep, he had 3 of the 5 members
Yes.
cover up their mini maps there in the bottom right corner of your screen. Each member of in-game has a mini map just like that, but only sees their team's vision.
Yep.
And
Jay and I were the only ones that had our mini map up, and everybody else, so Keelan, John, Fate, they all had their mini map covered. And it was really nice because we could communicate and let everybody know where people were, but we'd go and ping on the map, and we'd be like, yeah, well, you don't know where I'm pinging. Really fun.
It was a good training session, allowed to... It forced you guys to talk.
Yes, it
which
did.
Early on in the group developing phases was something that was kind of needed, and we got through that, and now we're stronger because of it. For those of you that have not been able to keep in tune with us, for our Thursday night games, we did take down the undefeated Michigan State University. Looks very good over for Aquinas right now. Coming up in the next few weeks here is going to be playoffs for the, is that GT Leagues or is that GLEC?
GLEC. I want to say.
That'll be the GLEC. Yeah, that'll be GT Leagues, I think.
Are you sure?
I think this is GLEC right now.
You're right, you're
if I
right.
remember
You're
correctly.
right.
Because we have the tournament bracket that John posted for us.
Yes.
So yeah, that'll be the GG Leagues tournament there. We do have the tournament posted a little bit, and we'll be seeing where people are positioned there. Should be good though. But right now the game is very, very much so at a standstill. It is still a 3K gold lead on the side of AQ. Turrets are still even. They have picked up the 3rd Drake. We'll have to see how the team fights end up going for AQ. Nautilus is getting poked down to half. Fate's Call does have a lot of damage when it comes to this Essence Reaper Rapid Fire Cannon. We'll have to...
A full item up on Ezreal, so that's good.
Ezreal looking to get that Iceborne Gauntlet to try to stay safe and scale up. He does have Kleptomancy, but he's down 50 CS compared to Xayah. Even Klepto at this point will not keep you at pace with Xayah. At this point in the game, they're going for a dive on Ezreal here, doing their best, and they're going to pick up another kill for Fate's Call. A very good behind turret gank coming out from John and Jay. Good communication there, and Ezreal just got caught out and did not know how to react to that. He did actually burn his flash first instead of the Arcane Shift.
Yep. Probably just sheer panic after seeing that Rakan just dive right in on him under turret.
Fate's Call here, though, does not care about the Zed, and that's the ultimate landing on to Zed from Keelan. That is a kill picked up for Rakan, though. And that is the Dredge Line coming out on Rakan. Rakan getting CC'd under turret, and the pullback for Jay. That's going to be the Zanya's, the stopwatch coming through for Gragas. He's going to do his best to try to run away from the Mordekaiser. That's a kill picked up for him as he Zanya's as well, getting the passive off. We do have a lot of damage, though, here for the side of AQ. They're trying to do their best to peel for Xayah. Getting the damage out, and that is a kill picked up again for Fate's Call. And now we just have the Nautilus alone. You did see those red hit marker indicators, and you do see the crab got moving in now. Ezreal whiffing his Q and W over the wall there. So this is a free turret now taken for AQ. 4 to 12 kills now. 5K gold lead.
Pretty big jump there.
That is a good increase there. We have 2 minutes and 30 seconds on the next available Air Drake, which increases both out of combat move speed by a great amount and then in combat move speed by a very small amount. We'll have to see that. They will most likely be poising for that dragon here in the next minute or so. Right now, though, Fate's Call 404, and he's picking up the BF Sword and Pickaxe, increasing his attack damage by a good amount and looking for that Infinity Edge for the critical strike chance buff increase. Critical strike chance has 50% time depending on the items right now. He does have Essence Reaper, which gives, I believe Essence Reaper gives 30 and Rapid Fire gives 20. But crit chance is the possibility of your auto attack doing much more substantial or increased damage. And with Infinity Edge, it increases the number from 200% increased damage to 225% increased damage. And with Xayah, her E scales off of critical strike chance. So for her, that is a very good item to pick up.
Looks like they're just clearing vision around Baron.
Now, Jenna, I know you're a fan of ADCs as well. It's a very fun role to play, especially like Kai'Sa.
Yep.
Do you remember when Essence Reaver was not changed from its critical strike chance cooldown?
I can't say that I have.
They used to have it where your critical strike chance played into effect how much crit or how much cooldown reduction you got.
I think Fate was telling me about this.
So if you had Essence Reaver and you had 2 other crit items, you would have 40% CDR on Xayah. Right now she only gets 20%, but 40%
Imagine
CDR.
double that.
Yeah, 40% CDR for her is disgusting.
I would not want to face that. Definitely not.
That was a very prime season for AD carries, especially for Xayah. She was kind of the queen of the arena for a while, and she has earned her place with World Skins.
Yep.
She has Samsung Galaxy, and I believe Rakan has the Invictus Gaming one.
Yes.
I believe they gave the Invictus Gaming ADC skin to Kai'Sa there. But
they just melt that Baron there.
Yeah, it was very easy for them, again, picking up those 2 Mountain Drakes, allowing them to transfer their damage into just true damage, ignoring the resistances of armor and magic resist on those Baron objectives and such. We do have Dragon coming up now in 5 seconds. Mordekaiser is split pushing bot on his own, while the rest of Tiffin University are doing their best to hold against a Baron buff mid lane. Ezreal ultimate coming through, but does not do that much damage. Ezreal is not ahead in this game.
Definitely not.
There's a turret going down there in bot lane, though.
Difference in over 60 CS. Not good.
Again, Ezreal having Kleptomancy, which allows him to earn money based off of his skills and auto attacks. And the ultimate coming out from Fizz, though. Massive damage. That is a Fizz dead. We have the teleport coming from Mordekaiser. That is 2 kills picked up now for AQ. One being on to the Nautilus. But the Mordekaiser is massive here.
The Xayah ult?
He does
ult. Is that ult?
This is a dirty, clean pick up for the side of Tiffin, though. Oh, that is a missed ultimate coming out from the side of AQ from Tommy here. He is doing his best. He does take out the Mordekaiser. It is Keelan pushing down the mid lane here, trying to get the inhibitor, while Tybro does disrupt the Zed here. And they're going to try their best, pick up this inhib, and they're going to need to back away right away. Ezreal does have ultimate. Nautilus is up, and they're going to get this, and they're going to run away. Keelan does.
Good jump there by Keelan.
Does use the playful trickster there, although, like we said earlier, Ezreal is not strong right now. He's 0-4, and he's down by about 60-70 CS. So right now, the ultimate does not hurt too much. We're most likely going to see AQ here reset and pick up the Air Drake. Try to get the movement speed increase here. Should be a free Drake, and if it is contested, AQ did look very strong in that fight. They did have a little issue there with Mordekaiser, but they most likely have retrained themselves to think about how to do that fight next time. Mordekaiser did come in through a TP, and they did pick up 2 kills last time. So we're going to have to see what a 5v5 looks like for AQ here.
Looks like they do not want to contest that Drake.
At this point, Jenna, what are you looking for if you were in this game? If you were in John's position right now?
If I was on Rakan, I would probably be looking for picks. And I know that I would be hard engaged with Rakan ult and W knockup. So I'd be looking for Israel to probably step out of line and then peel for Fate against that Mordekaiser. If that Mordekaiser gets on Fate, that's going to be a big problem, especially because he is one of the major damage outputs along with Fizz.
Fate does have the stopwatch, though, in case he does get put into that Shadow Realm.
As does Fizz.
Yep, he's got the Zanyas.
Yes.
That is the
there
quickness of
There's
coming
the
out
engage.
through 3 members. The Gragas Arrow, Barrel, the Cast Breaker coming through.
Mid is pushing in, so they'll have to be forced to catch that wave.
We are now on bot inhib turret. Mordekaiser is currently recalling as we just have a full 5 push coming out from Aquinas here.
And Nautilus and Ezreal ult.
They're just doing their best to disrupt. It's John does get hooked by the Dredge line, but the auto attack is not fast enough for him to just dip and dive out of these team fights. His E range, which allows him to dash to an ally when Xayah is present, is doubled in distance, which is absolutely disgusting. Fate does get pulled back, and he is going to see the ultimate come out from Mordekaiser and instantly get the Zanya's out. Very kind of confused play there from Mordekaiser, but he gets picked up
There's
and
the
knocked
root.
away. And that is the ultimate coming out from Urgot, picking up the kill onto Zed. Whoa, that is a 2-kill pickup as we have Rakan going in here, getting 3 members with the quickness and the knockup. This is looking like a 2-0 series right now for Aquinas. Fantastic 2-game series. I believe both pre-30 minutes. A very good, clean pickup series for AQ.
Real nice.
Jenna,
Real nice.
you got any words about that game, about what the Aquinas lineup did there?
Yeah, good job, boys. Just hands down, real clean.
It was a very good best-of-3 series. Thank you very much, Tiffin University, and any members there that have joined us. If you are an Aquinas Saint, please hit that follow button. And if you are looking for any position when it comes to production, please stop by at the eSports Lab here in the Sturris building, and please come talk to Adam one of these weeknights if you are interested in production. Thank you very much, Jenna, for joining me. It was a pleasure. I hope you had a great time. Thank you, everybody that came to watch, and have a good weekend and rest of your Saturday. And as always, go Saints, and see you Thursday.
Go Saints.